Fuck it, we'll do it live.
That was on air.
Fucking thing sucks.
Hello. Welcome. Welcome to our hockey after hour, where we're doing it live. With us tonight is Ben, who who's getting a new Twitter account. Josh, who goes by on Reddit, Xander the Immortal, and at I'm Not Joshin' Ya. Ron, who goes by on both Reddit and Twitter, at Ron in the Box, and me, Andrew, who goes on Reddit as APAD, and Twitter at Andrew Paddock. Anyway, aside from introductions, let's dive right into it. The 2013-2014 NHL season has come and gone.
Oh.
And will be surely missed, but it is now in the annals of history.
Annals.
I will
I
say
almost
that.
said it,
Annals
but
is
I
a much
decided.
funnier word to see than it is, not to see than it is to, like, say. Because when you say annals, you don't think of much, but then when you read it, I know what you're thinking about.
Yeah.
Butt stuff.
Hashtag butt stuff.
Man, this podcast is up to a great start.
Right?
We're hitting all the high notes.
There's a really major medical journal called the Annals of Internal Medicine, and every time I see it, I laugh.
Nice.
You bet it's internal.
Alrighty then. Anyway, so the Kings have won the Stanley Cup. They are now the Kings of hockey.
But I'm sure.
That'd
Like
be
they
one bad
weren't,
joke.
like, 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
They got recrowned. How are all these monarchy-related jokes going over?
I don't know. I feel like having a revolution.
I feel like we run them all into the ground a long time ago.
Yeah.
And when I say we, I mean like the collective human population, not just us.
Yeah.
Like out there are basketball fans who have never watched a game of hockey, and they have run the monarchy jokes into the ground.
Yeah. I say we have a proletariat revolution, Marxist style. Let's go Soviet Russia on these guys.
There was on Reddit, there was, I don't know, it was about a little less than a week ago, there was what's the most intelligent joke you know while still being funny? And one of them was, your mom is so classless she could be a Marxist utopia.
Oh, I love that.
And
Ooh, nice.
that was one of my favorites from the day.
So
I
that's
feel
gonna end up
Ari
being
would
central
love
to
that,
the
yeah.
hockey team, isn't it?
What was that?
That joke, because it says uses the word class, it's gonna be used in on a hockey team, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
So I feel like
Class.
I feel like our friend Ari would love that.
Yeah.
She's a Soviet history major.
It's gotten
Yeah.
kind of weird though, because like there are times when I want to say class, and it's like a faux pas just to say the word now.
It's like, I want to say that I have to go to class, but now I have to go to my lessons.
Exactly.
I have to go to my teachings, guys. They're not Datsuk, okay?
Like, I was talking to someone about. I don't know if you guys heard about Jimmy Rollins passing Mike Schmidt on the all-time hits list for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah.
And Mike Schmidt comes out right after it happens and congratulates him. And I'm thinking, man, that was a really Datsukian move of him. That was very Datsukian of him.
It's okay. It's our baseball. You can get away with saying class.
Well, it wasn't on our baseball, but still, yeah.
So, what was your favorite series of the playoffs?
That's a good one. Best series or favorite series?
Overall this year. Obviously.
I really like the. I didn't like the outcome of it. The San Jose Los Angeles series was interesting to watch, and so was the Anaheim LA series.
Yeah, Anaheim LA, I think is the one I'm going for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, I was thinking Wild Avalanche, but without Duchesne and with all the Wild goalie problems, I felt it was like two teams playing each other at 90%.
I don't know. That was just a fun series to watch.
Yeah,
Avalanche.
I just had too much fun watching that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to say Kings Ducks.
Even though it went 6, Blues Blackhawks had its moments too.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That was my favorite series involving my team. And not just because I hate the Blues and, etc. But it was just a good series overall.
Yeah.
The Wild series, I thought we were lucky to do as well as we did. And I mean, like, if it was against any other team, we would have sucked ass. And,
oh, go ahead.
I can't really say that my team series was my favorite.
And that leads me to my other question. On the flip side, what was your least favorite series?
It would have to be LA San Jose. That was tragic to watch for me.
Yeah.
Like, more so than Tampa Bay, because by that point, I was like, okay, I'll move on to the Sharks as my secondary. And then I'm just like, yeah, they're up 3-0. And then they just fall apart.
Yeah.
This might sound weird, but I think it was the finals, Kings Rangers, just because everyone made it seem like, oh my gosh, it was such a good series, even though it only went 5 games. Like that overtime at the end was so exciting. There was one exciting game in the entire series. Like it was. I thought it was pretty clear from the start that LA was just going to dominate the Rangers, and it was a very one-sided series. And despite the fact that there were 2 double overtime games and an overtime game.
Oh man, there's probably up on YouTube. He ranted for like.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like even the game that the Kings lost, that was not really that interesting of a game to watch. The Rangers came out, the Kings had their foot off the gas. Not so much that they could have swept that night, but instead we're just like, all right, we'll just recollect and go at it for game 5. That's what it felt like watching 4. But yeah, the only exciting game was 5. Everything else was just okay.
I honestly think that the Kings could have won it in game 4. They just wanted to win it in LA. Hashtag conspiracy theory, but
Frank Ocean just sit up there saying,
yeah, probably. How well the Kings played, I wouldn't doubt it.
and fucking
Um,
go down like.
I found for other series on the playoffs, I didn't really seriously enjoy the Bruins Red Wings series. That was kind of blah. The Wild Chicago series had its moments, but I felt it was also kind of blah too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was,
My neighbors and they still can't.
a really good team going against an average team, but the really good team was playing like shit. So it kind of made a series.
Okay, so
I wish I
I
had
see
to
that you got a question.
hang around. Like,
It says,
I'm sure
guys, if you were never allowed to eat pizza again, what would you do?
there's literally like
Wait, what about pizza?
If we were never allowed to eat pizza again, what would we do?
Oh, it wasn't him.
What's you for even suggesting that question?
Lose 10 pounds, probably.
Oh.
I
I
would
didn't think he was there. Like,
just stick to eating sandwiches then. But yeah,
I'd probably be forced to start eating that New York style pizza or something, because that's not really pizza.
I'm sorry. Is my pizza a casserole? No, it's not.
So I don't like my pizza being flaccid.
I don't know. Have you ever had a decent New York pizza? It's actually fairly firm.
Well, that's a paradox, so no, I guess not.
I mean, it was in a tent. It's not like it's not disgusting. It's just.
It's actually it's very firm and it holds its own. You know, it's a more friendly, approachable pizza. It's not just right in your face.
Okay. Well, once you guys start putting Viagra in your pizza, so it can actually, it won't fall all over the place because it's so floppy.
Oh,
And I might try it.
Oh please! I feel like Chicago style uses Viagra. So how does it get all that volume? It's not natural. It's enhanced.
It takes roids. It lifts, bra.
You're just jealous of our girthy pizza.
You know the reason why New York style is my favorite is because I can fold it up into like a pizza taco thing.
Exactly, it's a taco. It's a soft-shelled taco.
It's delicious.
Man, I thought I smelled Mexican food early tonight, but I'm pretty sure I just farted.
What's up? What do you like better, soft-shelled tacos or hard-shell tacos? I like the soft shell much more.
Yeah, I prefer soft shell because hard shell tends to stab me in the mouth.
Yeah, and also when you bite into a hard shell, it's like crumbs. It's like eating a Nutri-Grain bar, but with meat and cheese and stuff in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel like if you're gonna eat a hard shell taco, why don't you just get like tortilla chips and dip and stuff, and the dip can be whatever you want in the taco. Like the whole point of the taco is it's supposed to be like a sandwich. So a soft shell is the only way you can do the taco.
Yeah, I don't like trying it. I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't even know why they have hard shell tacos.
Just from the understanding, I don't know.
Must be an American invention.
But like, I'm completely down to try.
Clearly.
Like it's a sort of thing that once you get
Maybe.
doing it, you don't have to lie.
Yeah.
But it's certainly a practice. So just you get better at identifying game. And
So, do we have any other questions?
Doesn't look like we have any other questions. We got a tweet favorite, hashtag butt stuff.
Butt stuff? When did we talk about butts? Oh yeah, never mind. I remember.
Maybe we should just.
It's not the sort of thing that you should always be done.
Yep.
To the highest end I think it's the sort of thing that you can do that very well.
So,
Yeah, Xanax in my system is still slowing my brain down a little bit.
If you don't do it, that'll hold you back.
You're fine. You're fine.
yeah.
So,
So,
that's over. But we still have
Wow.
one more big, well, a couple more big things over the summer. Current one that's going on would be the World Cup.
Yep. And we also got Major League Baseball too.
Mm-hmm.
So I was also going for Wimbledon, but
Yeah.
sure, baseball, yeah.
Wimbledon is in next week.
What's
yeah,
next
that's
week?
Wimbledon is next Monday.
Oh,
which
yeah.
also happens to fall on my birthday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yo, if we're gonna do a tennis podcast, we should get Ari to do it too, because she keeps talking about about tennis all the time.
Yeah.
I'm up for our tennis cast.
We should have our baseball cast. Just saying. But anyway, World Cup. Turns out the United States can beat a country the size of Oregon.
Yeah.
As they beat Ghana today for the first time.
I was actually really surprised.
Yeah, I mean, everyone said we were gonna do it. I just couldn't believe we did it.
Yeah. I mean, like, did I kind of want us to do it?
Yeah, and now John Brooks is the new American hero.
Poor TJ Oshie, he's gonna be crushed.
I would make jokes about the American soccer team, football team, but as a Canadian, I am really not in any position to make a joke.
Yeah, isn't Canadian soccer just not? It's not good.
Does someone have a TV on in the background?
Those are my roommates who I hope could talk a little bit lower, but don't seem to be doing it.
Have you considered murder?
I'm not gonna murder them. I like them for now.
What if you just like sedated them for a little bit?
What?
What if you like sedated them for a little bit?
I could do that, you know. A little sedation never hurt anyone.
I mean, there's a song about wanting to be sedated.
There's lots of songs
Clearly,
about that.
okay.
Yeah. It's not just the Ramones who did that.
But yeah, so World Cup, America.
Freedom. So does this mean we
Germany.
brought Bosnia and Herzegovina?
Mm-hmm.
So does this mean because the United States won its first match, we brought freedom to the lands of Brazil?
I believe so.
You're welcome, Brazil.
Maybe.
I just like the fact that John Brooks, who scored the winning goal, has probably one of the most American-sounding names. And yeah.
That's. I mean, like, the only more American you can get than that is like Steve Rogers, Captain
Right.
America.
It is though that Tortorella's gotten into a lot of arguments with him.
Wait, Tortorella?
Yeah.
What
They're
happened?
they're just making a joke about the last name Brooks. Yeah. It was pretty bad, I guess.
Sorry, I'm also in like full on soccer mode now, so
Yeah.
off-season life.
I mean, we could like ponder UFAs and stuff, but
I feel like that's too serious for after hour.
Yeah.
And if we don't want to talk about soccer, we can always also talk about baseball, where the Cubs used a pitcher as a pinch hitter because their offense sucks that badly.
Travis
Not
Wood.
kidding. Travis Wood, the pitcher, was a pinch hitter today and drove in a run on a double.
And he shut out the Phillies the night before, too.
Yeah.
Jeez. Wow, it's been a long time since
Travis Wood scored. No, not just an RBI double. The game-winning RBI double was hit by a pinch-hitting pitcher. That's how bad our offense is.
Wow. You got the Iowa Cubs though.
Huh.
And more importantly, the Tennessee Smokies, because that's where Chris Bryant is, and he's tearing up. He just
What
won
is-
the home run derby, AA style. AA is having like their all-star weekend right now, and he won the home run derby there.
Oh, cool. Do you think he'll be in AAA before the end of the season?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't see him coming to the majors yet. Partly because he has a lot of work to do on his fielding, and even though I think his strikeout rate needs to come down, but I like that he's not chasing pitches out of the zone. Like, he's striking out on pitchers because he's just, sacrificing contact for power. If he was striking out on pitches where it was like, oh, he's striking out because it's a hard slider, and I'd be more worried about that because, when he gets to the higher levels, sliders are going to get harder and harder. So I'm okay with the strikeouts he's making right now. He's not chasing stupid pitches out of the zone. It's like fastballs up, and he's just trying to swing for the fences, and he's missing. So
Jesus, his stat line is really good. 355, 22 home runs, 58 RBIs.
you can check his on-base percentage too. He has a pretty good walk rate.
458 on base percentage?
Yeah, and none of them were intentional.
Wow. 8 stolen bases. His OPS is off the charts too.
Yeah, they're gonna have to start using exponential notation.
Yeah. I mean, aside from what you said about him striking out, he looks like he could make the jump to AAA. Then again, this is AA, and what you do in AA is different at the next level, of course.
Yeah, well, look at his fielding percentage, and then you might reconsider that.
Let me just.
You just look him up on Baseball Reference. It's right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I was on the minor league I was on MILB.
923 is his fielding percentage, and 923.
Wow.
Yeah.
So does this mean because he's a third baseman, Mike Olt's going to be out of a job?
Well, the plan is that they might be moving him to corner outfield, but he's yet to play a single game in the outfield, so
That could be what they do in AAA.
it could be move up Alcantara and throw him in Alcantara's spot in center field or something.
Yeah.
I just think he needs a lot of reps playing outfield, because even though outfield's like, oh, you don't need to play that good of defense playing outfield, you just need to read the ball off the bat. When he comes up to Wrigley's a really tough outfield to play in because there's very, very little foul space. And yeah, I don't know.
Brick walls and ivy.
Yeah, it's not a very, it's not
He's not forgiving.
Busch Stadium or whatever. It's not lots of foul territory. The
It's not like Oakland.
stands are very flat. It's very perimeter-like walls. Wrigley has a lot of the walls jut out at places. And
Yeah. Also with the Cubs, I heard through the grapevine that the Giants are seriously interested in making a trade for Samardzija before the deadline or at the deadline.
I know I've already been masturbating to Kyle Crick and his pitching.
Supposedly, though, with Crick, according to a lot of scouts, they say his ceiling is possibly a starter, but he'll be like a relief pitcher, closer type.
And I'm fine with that. That's one more prospect that's in our system.
Yeah.
that we didn't have before.
I think the Giants are fine with it too because they're going to focus a lot more on Tyler Beatty now.
Yeah. Tyler Beatty has done a lot better this year. He's brought his walk rate down, which is which was like the one catch for him earlier. And the Giants have a lot of other good pitchers too waiting, to come up, like Escobar's having some troubles in AAA, but I mean, he's I could see him in a package. Yeah, they have a few other pitchers in their system that are decent.
And one thing I noticed about Beatty is it's not so much the walk rate now. It's like watching him pitch for Vanderbilt. It's just little mechanical tweaks that need to be changed around. Mostly in the way he throws.
Yeah. From what I've seen, it looks like he has a lot of one of those Tommy Johns waiting to happen.
He has a lot of extra movement before he releases the ball that needs to be hammered out.
Yeah. I really like the guy the Phillies picked up, Aaron Nola. His mechanics are absolutely phenomenal. Even though they're weird, I think that they're really, really good. It's a very low strain on the elbow. He does a little leg lock thing that he probably needs to work on, but other than that, I think I think the Phillies were lucky that he fell to 7. I was hoping the Cubs were taking him at 4, actually.
Cubs drafted. What do you think of Kyle Schwarber?
So one of the reasons they don't want him, one of the reasons they're trying to move him from catcher to outfield is that he doesn't have a great arm and he wasn't able to throw out many runners at Indiana. Better stealing. Now in the outfield, ideally you have a good arm.
Yeah, so why don't they just put him at first base because he's listed as a catcher and first baseman?
Well, we have Rizzo locked up until 2019. I think 2019.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Give or take a year. So, unless the National League implements the DH rule, which I hope they don't, well, even though it would benefit the Cubs tremendously, because we have a bunch of great hitters that can't field for shit. Javier Baez, Chris Bryant, Schwarber. Anyway, unless the NL implements the DH rule, we're kind of screwed in that respect. Because we have a bunch of people that can play. It seems like there's so many times where a player's just, this guy can hit, but he can't do anything else. Let's just put him at first base. And you can only say that about so many people.
That's the Yankees system sometimes.
Yeah, that's the White Sox do that a lot too. It's like
also the Red Sox too.
It's like just be glad you're not in the National League because there you can only have one first baseman. You can only have one pure hitter. And even then, it's like, ideally, I want someone 6'3", 6'4", playing first base.
Like a Freddie Freeman type.
Yeah.
Pretty much the ideal stature and everything.
Also, I know there's a hockey cast and we're talking baseball right now, but I just have to throw one more thing out there. Last I checked, which was, I think, sometime last night, I think, was that Gonzalez of the Dodgers was leading the NL All-Star ballot for first baseman.
Yeah, it should be Freeman.
How? Wait, who'd you say?
It should be Freddie Freeman or someone like that.
Well, I was going to say Goldschmidt.
Oh yeah, on the updated numbers, it's Goldschmidt.
Or LaRoche, or Rizzo. There's so many people more deserving than Gonzalez.
Explain to me why Matt Wieters is the leading vote getter for the American League catcher position.
Hold on. I'm going to quick go on ESPN.com and we're going to sort first baseman by OPS.
While you
Let's
do,
see.
I'd like to note that I've stopped paying attention to this conversation because of baseball.
Okay, I promise this is the last thing. We're just going to sort first baseman by OPS.
I mean, like, I kind of like baseball, but, like, damn.
NL first baseman. Okay, yeah, here's how it goes. Paul Goldschmidt, Adam LaRoche, Anthony Rizzo, Freddie Freeman, Justin Morneau, Adrian Gonzalez. Adrian Gonzalez is 6th at 782.
Uh-huh.
And there's 15 teams in the National League.
It's people stuffing the ballot.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get that.
It's all-star
But anyway.
voting. There's no real reason or rhyme to understand the logic to some of it.
I don't know why they let fans vote on that. But anyway, back to hockey because we've kind of gone a little bit off track.
So I hear there's this draft coming up in like a week and a half.
Yep. Islanders are gonna get Michael Dal Cole.
What if they trade
who are
up?
your guys' top 5 draft picks?
Hold on, let me bring that up.
Not if your team could have any 5 more. Put a mock draft together.
Number 1 pick would be Alexander Daigle. No one? No one?
I'm looking up the draft.
Nope, no one.
No.
Wait, what? Why are we? Where are we guys?
Does Ekblad go first or not?
Assuming that Florida keeps their draft pick, yes.
I know a lot of people are giving him
Basically, I
shit
think-
for Talon saying he's going to ship their draft pick, but I don't mind the idea of Florida shipping their draft pick because I think that there's not much separating 1 through 5 in this draft right now. And trading down for number 5 or 6 and getting another second round pick as a result, I think could be really useful for Florida. Especially if, number 1 is going Ekblad, which I've said before, defensemen are a lot harder to project than forwards. With forwards, usually you know what you're getting. And I think that's why Seth Jones, even though he was probably maybe the best player in the draft, he fell to 4 because owners see defensemen as much harder to project. And I see Reinhardt and Draisaitl and Bennett all going.
Bennett.
What?
Sam Bennett.
Yep. I could see any of those.
It's kind of weird. I started imagining Bennett not as Sam Bennett, but as Bennett from Orange is the New Black.
I haven't seen the show, so.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Yeah. Sorry.
I've been watching it. I don't know. I never really feel like starting up Orange is the New Black.
The one guy I'm not sure how I feel about is Nylander, because at times he, out of what I've seen of him, he reminds me a lot of Patrick Kane at his best, but he doesn't seem to. I don't know. He just doesn't.
You think the
I'm not
Islanders should draft
sold on him.
Nylander just to make it happen?
What was that?
There has been talk that Snow and his scouts been saying that it's either going to be Dalco or Nylander who they draft in this draft.
Sorry, who are they? Who are we talking about?
Nylander.
No, which team?
Oh, the Islanders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're interested in either Dalco or Nylander, but they're worried about Nylander's size a little bit.
I'd be more worried about his defense, to be honest.
Yeah. Those I actually hope we go towards Dalco than Nylander.
Yeah.
He seems to be a little bit. He seems to have a little bit more than what Nylander lacks. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, 5'11" doesn't make you unable to do anything really. I mean, I don't know. I don't see 5'11" as too much of a size disadvantage.
Yeah.
Just because he's shown he can be productive at that size.
Wait, for what?
I mean, if he was 5'8" or something, I mean, he'd have to show he was the next MSL to be. But I don't know. I think it's more of an issue about putting on muscle than it is about height.
We it up.
Yeah.
MLS that, or MSL that. It's a really quiet night. Not that
I mean,
much
it
to
is
say.
the off season.
Yeah. Everyone's on the golf course
Yeah,
or drinking from a big ass cup.
Yeah.
I got to touch that cup once. It was wonderful.
Did you absorb all of its powers?
Pretty sure if I did, the Lightning would have won. So no, I didn't.
Maybe you cursed them.
God, I hope not. Please, Druin, save us. Or sub. Defensive God. Seriously, we need defense. So, I had a thought and it went away.
A lot of dead air.
Still trying to fight for its life, though. So, who do you think will win the World Cup? Like, realistically. Okay, who do you think will win and who do you want to win?
I want. Let's see. Definitely don't want Spain to win. I don't really like Spanish national team, or I definitely don't want France to win either.
I would get behind France and them losing.
Yeah, a little bitter that I'm not even an Irish fan of the Irish team, but I'm a little bitter that France got to go to the World Cup on the result of a handball.
Oof.
Then
I,
again,
obvi- I obviously want Germany to win, but who I think is going to win, I have no idea.
too up in the air at this point.
I will say I don't think it's going to be Brazil.
I
I
agree
know
with
Brazil's a
that.
lot of people's picks, and I think people are. I can understand, if a few people are saying, "Oh, I think Brazil's going to win," but the fact that a majority of people seem to think Brazil's going to win, I just think is even a plurality.
Yeah.
Like,
I think reason why a lot of people are picking Brazil is one, the home field advantage, and two, they won the Confederations Cup last summer. But the problem with that is the Confederations Cup, yeah, it's a nice trophy to win, but a lot of teams don't really they'll send their best players, but it's not really like a tough tournament.
yeah, it's not the Euro Cup.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not the UEFA Cup. It's not any of the not any of the continental cups. It's not the Semen Bowl. It's not the CAF tournament. It's just really like, oh, okay, this is a preview for the World Cup. Let's hopefully see one of these Confederation teams win.
Yeah, especially because when you look at the best teams in the world, um, so many of them are not in South America. Now a lot of them are, but
Yeah.
Germany, Spain, the Netherlands, so many of them are, not even competing. And
I think also the other reason why no one's picking a European team per se to win the World Cup is based off history. No European team has won a World Cup in a South American nation in history of the World Cup.
that's
I was
just because of the
drinking
small
Ghana
sample
change
size.
that.
Yeah,
Well,
that is a very small sample size.
that's just one of those. That's a stat, that, not like anything that should be used to predict something.
I
That's
mean,
just that's a factoid.
for a factoid, though, I mean, looking at the climate of South America, I want to say harsher climate, but not something that a lot of European teams are used to.
I
Then
don't know.
again, it is just a factoid.
It's a summer sport. They're used to playing all summer. I
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't see it as being. Yeah, it's not a. I guess it's gives the Brazilians a slight advantage, but I I don't think it's going to be. I don't think the weather's going to be. I don't think it's going to be like football where it's going to be the ice bowl type conditions, and you
yeah.
have some team trying to travel to, like, the Saints traveling to Chicago or Green Bay for the NFC Championship game. Like, I don't see it as being really comparable because they've played all over the world already. They've played every single one of these players has played uh, in 90-degree games multiple times in their life before.
True. Yeah, especially if you're playing like Spain or Italy.
Yeah. So
Uh,
I don't think that playing one game a week and that is gonna make a huge difference or at least a game-changing difference for either side.
Yeah.
yeah. I know I want Italy to win so badly. I think we can do it too. Our possession game's good. as we proved the other day against England with our 94% passing
Yeah.
rate.
That was just poetry in motion right there.
Oh god, I love watching us play.
When I was watching Croatia and Bosnia play, thought popped in my head. It would be, even though Yugoslavia is no longer a nation, and but if it would be amazing to watch a Yugoslavian national team right now, given the amount of talent that's in Serbia, who aren't in the World Cup, but still have a talented team. Croatia, Slovenia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, not so much
Yeah.
Macedonia. The amount of talent that came out following the collapse of Yugoslavia is just unreal. You would have you would have Modric, you would have Sabasic, you would have basically Begovic and goal. It would be they would probably win if you put that team together a European tournament possibly and be in contention, a serious contender, World Cup contender.
Yeah, it's like the I think we had this discussion a few weeks ago, but I think it was during the Olympics actually. If the Czechs and the Slovaks came together, and you had pretty much the Czech team with guys like Zdeno Chara, Marian Hossa, and all those other guys, that
Yeah,
would they would be they could be realistically a favorite.
yeah. Well, too bad history has other plans.
Thank God history has other plans.
Although the split between the split of Czechoslovakia was very peaceful and actually in the works before it happened in '93. But yeah, Yugoslavia is a whole different story that goes back centuries. On a historical note. But another note, actually, in the Czech Republic and Slovakia, they're actually thinking about reconjoining their two soccer leagues together. Not national teams, but the club level teams.
Really?
Yeah, in a league, because the both are losing money, and both have lost interest in their countries as the level of talent hasn't been the same since following the Velvet Divorce. So they're saying, let's put the league back together and see what happens.
A shared custody type thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Kind of like with the Premier League, with some Welsh clubs being in the English system, like Swansea City and Cardiff. Name a few. And again, that idea has also been floated in England too, and has been outright rejected of conjoining the Scottish system and English system together because Celtic is just miles above any other Scottish national team, any Scottish club team. I mean,
Yeah. And that kind of brings up the parity issues that exist in a lot of soccer leagues, especially in the Bundesliga. I can't.
yeah,
It's not even worth watching my favorite team because I know Bayern's going to win every year.
who's your team? Um, who's your team?
Oh, Stuttgart.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I've been to that place. Great place.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised a Munich fan.
Yeah, it's not like I'm not one of those. I guess a lot of Germany is pretty much, are you for Bayern or are you against Bayern? It's kind of like basketball with the Heat. You're either, are you pro Heat or anti Heat? That's kind of.
I mean,
I guess I'm neither one. It's just, I just wish there was more parity. I don't hate Munich.
yeah. My aunt was a Munich fan. Basically, everyone in my German side of the family was a Munich fan, so that's how I got into it. But yeah, it's basically everyone too was praising the Bundesliga like 2 years ago for its competitiveness because Dortmund was in the mix, Wolfsburg was in the mix briefly, but since as of this season, it's just a one-horse race for the
Yeah.
most part. And the funny thing is too, looking at competitiveness, everyone always rags on the Spanish league, which is true because it's always, for the most part, it's always been a two-horse race between Madrid and Barcelona. But this year, it was possibly, with the exception of the Premier League, where you had Liverpool in it, Arsenal in it, Manchester City was in it, Everton was in it briefly. The Spanish league, though, was just exciting down to the stretch between Barcelona, Atletico and Real Madrid, and then beneath that you had the relegation battle at the end, which included I think like 5 or 6 teams, and the mid-table battle for the two Europa and final Champions League spots between Bilbao and like three other clubs. It was really an interesting race to watch all around.
Welcome everyone to our Anything But Hockey Cast.
Hooray for the off season.
Woo!
I mean,
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't paid enough attention to the Spanish league, so
Yeah.
yeah. This is like the first year that I paid a lot of attention to. I usually just stick to watching Tottenham. Oh Lord, Tottenham.
yeah.
One day we'll be on top.
One day.
Hopefully.
With the Cubs.
Yeah, the year the Cubs win is the year Tottenham wins, and the year the Islanders lift the Stanley Cup. I don't know. I think I was being very cynical.
right?
I was being very cynical in that joke. I'm sorry.
I see it as optimism.
Oh God. And the Browns win the Super Bowl that year too.
And the Tampa Bay Devil Rays win the World Cup.
Tampa Bay Devil Rays in the World Cup.
It happened once.
You mean the World Series?
Oh yeah, that. I'm sorry.
I was thinking of like Evan Longoria coming out to a soccer pitch, scoring the winning goal in Tampa Bay Rays.
Oh, I was more going for the whole Tampa Bay declaring independence from the United States way.
Hey, it's Florida. You never know.
I mean, they do have the Contra Republic down in Key West.
Oh god.
Florida secedes from the United States to, not Florida, just Tampa.
If Tampa secedes, can the Rays bring back those sweet purple uniforms?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Oh God, yes.
Okay, I guess we're all okay with Tampa seceding.
I'll get the stuff in motion.
But I mean,
Now we don't have to worry about global warming, guys. It's now another country's problem.
we did it.
Now Tampa just has to worry about flooding. They're not part of us anymore. They have to deal with their own problem.
No, we still have Miami to worry about. And New York.
And New Orleans.
Yep.
Oh well, whatever.
I mean, it's
Sorry.
not the first time a city from the United States would attempt to secede, even though we're speaking hypotheticals.
Well, I guess everyone in New York could just jump on a pizza as a raft because it's so thin. It's pretty, you know.
No, I think. Oh damn it! I was gonna say that raft would sink. It's too thin. Damn, I almost fell for that trap. We're gonna need like a donation from Chicago for those thick life raft style casserole pizzas.
Yep. As long as we can agree on no ketchup on hot dogs, that's all I care about.
Thank you. Yes, no ketchup on hot dogs.
Why?
I will have to disagree.
You don't put ketchup on a hot dog.
Guess what
It
I
stops
do?
being a hot dog. I've had this argument with so many people.
It's mustard, it's relish, it's sauerkraut, it's the onions and the red sauce, but no ketchup.
Yeah,
know
you
what?
don't even need to put those things on. Like the mustard's optional. The
Yeah.
onions are optional. It's just ketchup is not an option.
No, ketchup on a hot dog does not taste good.
Y'all are wonky.
Y'all crazy.
This is what the off season does.
We argue about
Our
hot dogs.
dog cast.
To be entirely fair, I feel like we've had arguments like this during the season anyway, so
Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
it is what it is.
Also, it's pretty appropriate that we're talking about hot dogs because hot dogs do kind of have a phallic nature about them.
You know what goes great with
And
hot
since
dogs?
since we always end up talking about penises anyway.
But you know what goes great with hot dogs?
Huh.
Less bacon.
Oh god.
Can you even have a flaccid hot dog?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't a hot dog by default flaccid? Oh.
I don't know. I feel like there's some.
Like before you cook it?
Yes.
Like it's not frozen, but it's thawed out, but it's not cooked yet. Yeah, it's totally
I
flaccid.
still feel like it's pretty rigid though.
In 30 days when I get a Twitter again, I will take a picture of a flaccid hot dog.
Yes. Oh god.
I am so weirded out right now.
So Ron, how do you like your hot dogs? Flaccid or firm?
Sounds like a pickup line.
I
Are you coming on to Ron?
Yes.
don't feel very comfortable with this conversation.
Um,
So, any other hard-hitting topics you guys want to discuss?
This podcast always makes me hungry. Every time without fail.
After Foodcast. Our Foodcast. It happens.
it does. It's what talking about food does. 'Tis the nature of the beast. Did you guys see that the Japanese World Cup team showed up to Brazil in a Pokemon covered airplane?
I heard that was fake from someone.
Really?
I think it was Lox the Fox.
Damn it. That would have been cool if it was true.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not sure though, because this was from yesterday. My memory of like the entire day of yesterday is very hazy.
I remember that I worked for nearly 5 hours straight.
I took my dog for 2 walks yesterday and
Ooh.
celebrated Father's Day. Even though I'm not a father, so Yeah.
Yeah, I basically just said, "Hey, good job, Dad," and was just like, "No, yeah,
That's what I did too.
you did mess up."
And so, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it's looking like we have nothing else to say. So instead of giving our listeners a lovely 5 minutes of awkward silence,
Yeah.
I say we just wrap this up.
Yeah, let's close the book on this one.
It's definitely been an interesting show.
Yes, it has.
I
So this has
half
been
of it,
another
but
this has been another fabulous episode of our Hockey After Hour. You can follow us on Twitter at Our HockeyCast. You can subscribe to our subreddit or Our HockeyCast. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Guess what it is? Yes, it is Our HockeyCast. You can also visit our site, ourhockeycast.com, where just like on the YouTube channel, you can see all back episodes of this and all the other shows that we do for the YouTube channel, such as the Fucking Awesome Show, Summer Sunday, and Hump Day Hockey, which is on a hiatus at the moment. As for our hosts, you can follow me on Twitter at Andrew Paddock. You can follow Josh on Twitter at I'm Not Joshua. And you can follow Ron on Twitter at Ron in a box. And Ben still has to wait 30 days or so for his Twitter account, and once that is up, we will get back to you with his new Twitter handle. Anyway, that about wraps it up for us on this end. There's no hockey until October, but enjoy the World Cup. Belgium plays Algeria tomorrow. That should be an interesting match to watch. A very young, spry Belgian team against a young, upstart Algerian team. And also enjoy Wimbledon in a week or so and the Major League Baseball season, where there have been surprises, especially Kansas City Royals right now. And that about does it. Until next time. Damn it, Ben. Until next time, and that does it. And now I'm just speaking, and now I don't know how to close this up. So, stay classy, players. Yeah, I'm just rambling at this point. Anyway, good night. I'm going to bed. Peace out.
Night.